Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about why I think Wizard101 has kind of lost its spark. Now, I do want to acknowledge that part of this might just be me getting burnt out of the game. In the past, I've gotten burnt out, a couple of times, but usually it's just me being impatient because some things in the game have had problems for years and nothing happens. But if you've been doing PvP recently at a high enough level, high enough rank, it has been really, really bad. Usually things get this way, in the Wiz community in PvP. The game will become so unbearable to play, and then eventually they'll update it. But the thing is, as paying members, we shouldn't have to deal with that suffering for months on end just for simple changes to happen. So there's multiple things at play here, so I'm just kind of gonna go through the list here. I made a list for actually once in my life instead of just rambling in a video. I posted it in the Discord yesterday, and I'll add a couple more things for the video today. So the first thing and the top priority that Wiz should be doing is looking at the balanced school. Now, this school has been so broken for so long, like even before it got buffed in the Selenopolis update, it was still like number 1, number 2, and then right now it's just incapable of losing. I know I might exaggerate a lot on the channel, but I am not exaggerating at all when I say this. There are literal Sergeant, low veteran rank players nearly hitting Warlord on a balance right now, and beating some of the best players in the game just because the school they're on and not the actual moves they're making. In a competitive system, okay? That's the main thing here, right? If this is a casual, no rank on online mode, okay, whatever, who cares? Just have fun, whatever, right? But we're talking about a competitive mode where it calls itself ranked, and it's just crazy to me because then you look at the boards and you got Mr. Timmy, who's been sergeant and veteran his whole life, and he's just spamming Q on a balance, and now he's nearly warlord, or going to be a warlord pretty soon probably. And some of the best players in the game tend to stop queuing after they hit 2k because there's no point to actually hit 2k. So what happens then is everyone is just the same rank once they hit warlord generally, except for maybe 5 people might go past warlord just to flex being number 1, number 2, or you'll challenge your friend to see who gets higher at the end of the season, right? But majority of players aren't going to do that, right? They'll stop at 2k. So what results in happening is you have Sergeant Timmy over here beside the best ice in the game, the best storm in the game, the actual best balanced wizard in the game, not the sergeant veteran balance that Timmy is, and it just completely ruins the integrity of the leaderboard. Now, to put this in perspective, if you don't play a lot of Wiz PvP, if you play other competitive games, I'm just gonna take Overwatch. I play a lot of Overwatch. I'm not saying Overwatch is a perfect game, by the way. It's just easy to compare. This is like having a gold level player in the top 500s, beside some of the best pro players and streamers in Overwatch. A gold level player, maybe plat. That's the equivalent to what's going on in Wiz right now, right? It is absolutely shameless. And again, I wouldn't have a problem with this, y'all, if it didn't call itself ranked and try to be competitive or whatever, because it's fine. But if anyone has a competitive spirit or anything, I played comp games since I'm 8. You know what I mean? I've been playing competitive my whole life, chess. Played competitive COD when I was a late teen, stuff like that. It's just an absolute insult to call the state of the game ranked right now. I think that's what gets me the most. It is insane. And it's okay, if it's that bad of a problem, you should just hotfix it, And people, this has been a meme for a while, but people will say, oh, just ban a school if it's completely broken. A lot of other games do that. It's kind of silly to do that on Wiz though, right? But it's to the point where, as a community, most people would be happier if they just banned balance from the game until the devs at least make an audit of the school, or until they actually nerf and fix Scales, Scion, and Chameleon. I was joking about this on my stream the other day. I know it's something I shouldn't be joking about, but It's to the point where Balance's library, like 98% of it is so broken, and everyone just copies the good players' decks anyways, right? So like it's impossible to make a bad move on that school, right? As long as you got past second grade in school, you can easily get like Martial Warlord on that school. Why is something that stupid and that broken allowed to be in the game and stay in the game for over half a year when we are paying members? It doesn't make any sense. Like, clearly, if most of the community is actually serious about this, which they are with banning balance right now, they clearly messed up, like, the dev team. Again, not trying to throw shade here, but, like, you clearly messed up if it's gotten that bad. Like, the community's at the breaking point. Like, seriously. Like, you've really messed up. You should have updated this a long time ago. Like, we've been telling you this is a serious problem for a long time. And I'm not even trying to be hateful here, y'all, because I know someone in the comments is going to be like, oh, you're just being hateful. No, that's not even the thing. You know, I'm all for growth. I'm all for getting better and stuff. But when the school is playing itself and the player's not even in charge of the school because they just copy the gear and the deck from, like, whoever, then they just, again, pass second grade, which anybody can do, right? That's a problem because school just plays itself. It's so brain dead. Like, a balanced warlord right now is like veteran on any other school. I've seen balanced warlords who are not even kidding, by the way, like corporal and sergeant on a storm. So as a competitive person, when you see things like the balanced school, you see things like shading and like I said, the boards just like what am I looking at? Like, I'm not gonna name names in this video. I don't want to throw shade towards anyone in particular. But there's just so many people on like the first and second page right now that are terrible. They're so bad. And there's a lot of like actual good players out there who see all these things and they're like, dude, I am not coming back to PvP. You know? Like I wouldn't say most of them are in that boat right now, but you know, some of my friends and people I see in the chat, and, you know, some great players I've seen, like even back when I started my whole content creation thing, like these guys are really good. They're not coming back because like this shit is just a joke at this point. And at the end of the day, right, it's all up to KI to do something, to update the game, to bring those players back or get those bad players back down to like being veteran where they need to be because they don't know what they're doing. And another point on this, right, the whole competitive integrity. Like, you have matchups like Ice versus Life where the Life can just jade the whole time, and like the heal cap, right? The heal cap isn't going to fix jading. We know about that. The current implementation or whatever, the current dev idea of, you know, jading or heal cap is not going to fix the problem for anybody right now in the game, right? So that's a nothing burger. You know, you have matchups like Fire versus Storm, unplayable matchup. You know, Storm versus Ice, Storm versus Death, unplayable. Then you got like poor little Myth sitting in the corner just PvE buff stacking or playing He Don't Got It into a, you know, Raging Bull. It's just like, what are we doing, boys? And I was talking in chat about this the other day as well, right? Like people always want to say like, oh, you're just complaining to complain, right? But I think the reason I complain actually is just because like I'm such a competitive person at the end of the day, and I've had a lot of faith in Wiz for a long time. You know, I've been 4 years, and that faith is really starting to go away now, honestly. But like, it's just, this game has so much potential to be so great, but it seems like the devs or KI, they're just complacent. Like they're okay with us just keeping selling these uwu packs to their noob friends who just are below like negative win rate. Like, they're okay with that. Like they don't care about actually making a balanced game and a balanced product. And this kind of brings me into a whole topic of modern gaming as well, right? It's like not even just Wiz, by the way, or KI who does it. It's like other games do it as well. They will neglect the actual like good players or people with like, you know, logic, and then just listen to like the bulk new part of the community, because that's technically all they have to worry about to keep their company afloat. Which, I mean, obviously, like, you want to keep your company afloat or whatever. I'm not trying to, you know, bankrupt KI or whatever, right? But what I am saying is there should be like a healthy medium, you know? There's two parts to the community, right? There's your casual noobs and there's your good players, right? And if you are a good player and you do PvP, like, you maybe get 1 or 2 updates, good updates, a year, A year, right? Isn't it like 60 or 70 bucks to pay for a year? Like, what the fuck? What other game do you pay 60 to 70 bucks a year for to get 2 updates? Like, what? Or like if you pay monthly, I usually pay monthly membership, by the way. Ever since I started playing, you pay monthly. You're not even getting monthly updates. What's the point? What am I paying for? You know, it's like, what, man? What's going on, man? It's like, you just gotta ask yourself that, right? But at the end of the day, like, I get it, like, they're a business and whatever, but like, it's just like, there needs to be a better medium. Like, you can't just have it be like 90% casual uwu noobs who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, then 10% the actual good players who are loyal to the game and know what they're talking about. That's a terrible ratio. Like, in my opinion, it should maybe be like 60-40, you know, like 60% the noobs, 40% the actual good players, you know, because that way you still have your priorities straight, but you're not neglecting the people who actually built up and know what they're talking about and invested into your game. But yeah, man, I was about to go to the gym, but I really just decided to sit down and make this video because like, I feel like this needs to be said, man. And no one else in the community didn't talk about it if I don't talk about it, you know? And that's the thing, man. There's these other creators, like, they know and they agree with this stuff, but they don't say anything about it. And they'll pretend. They will pretend that, oh, I'm on the side of the community. Like, no, the fuck you're not. You're just trying to save face. And you don't want to have people think, oh, all you do is complain, because then you're going to lose viewers or some shit. Like, oh my god, bro. I can't stand sellouts. I just cannot, bro. Anyways, this has kind of been like a tangent at the end. I'm sorry. But I did have a couple of points there in the middle somewhere. I'm sorry, chat. I just said chat when I'm recording. You guys aren't even here, but my bad. Anyways, y'all, that's it for the video today. Let me know your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments below. I mean, leave a like on this video if y'all want them to do something, update PvP, get more than like 2 good updates a year if you do PvP, you know, like, it's just, we need change. I feel like I said this, like, I made a video like a year and a half ago saying the same thing, I feel like, and they just don't listen to it. And what I don't understand, y'all, is, like, I've talked to these devs. I don't think they're bad people, right? Sure, I might roast and joke. I've done that my whole life. It's nothing personal, right? I've done that my whole life. But it's like, I talk to these devs. We have these conversations. They have these meetings, but nothing happens, right? So it gets to the point where it's like, okay, well, we're talking, we're yapping, but nothing's happening. And again, there's other creators that feel this way. In the PvE scene, for Christ's sake, the majority of their audience, they also feel that way. And they also feel neglected. So, like, I don't know what we're doing over there. I don't know what we're doing. It just seems like we're just worried about, like, selling these packs and making these spellments so they just sell. And, like, I get it. You're a business at the end of the day. Make the money. Fine. But, like, that should not take priority over the people who actually built up your community, because those are not the players you want to keep around in the long run. But I don't know, man. This is like half of a modern gaming rant. I might make that into a whole other video in the future, probably, because not just a Wiz exclusive problem, by the way. But I'm out of here. I have to go to the gym. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys.